Rudram or Namakam describes the absolute reality as Rudra, whom we identify in all beings and elements of the universe, including ourselves. This is a part which occurs in the shakhas of the Yajur Veda. Rudram is termed Namakam because of the repetitive occurrence of the word Namaha. To quote a portion from Namakam, Om Namasurya cha Sarasya cha Namo Naryaya cha Vaishantaya cha Namah Kopyaya cha Vatyaya cha Namo Varshaya cha Varshaya cha Namaha. So we commonly interpret Namaha as salutation. The word Namaha in a deeper understanding is an affirmation that this identifies our true self, which is Atma or consciousness, from false identities. Na-maha means not mine. It is an ultimate dissolution to break all illusions to identify our true nature as consciousness or Atma. While Rudram emphasizes Virakti, detachment, through the copious utterance of Namaha, Chamakam seems to promote the opposite. Chamakam is another portion of the Yajur Veda which is often recited after Rudram. Chamakam describes all possible human and superhuman desires, for example, good health, wealth, progeny, grains, and even divine powers. So, the Chamakam is filled with the utterance of Cha me, which literally means may these be mine. For example, Om Ur cha me sundrita cha me payas cha me rasas cha me ghritan cha me madhu cha me sagdhis cha me sapitis cha me. So at a very superficial level, people generally regard Rudram as a mantra which is said for renunciation, while Chamakam a Veda mantra which is used to obtain your desires. At a deeper understanding, Chamakam actually liberates you by reorganizing your genetic memory. One of the key factors that delays our enlightenment or realization is the incompletion of desires. We take births after births to find completion to our unfulfilled desires. When I say incompletion of desires, it does not equate to unfulfilled desire. A fulfilled desire can be still incomplete. Here is a story for illustration. A renunciate retreats to the mountains to complete his terminal part of an intense penance. With the byproduct, mystical powers secondary to this intense penance, he regains the memories of his past births. Affected by this, he seeks his wife and children of his past birth, finds them, and continues to spend his life with them. This is an example of incomplete desire, which I have termed. See, the renunciate has definitely fulfilled the desire for marriage. He may have no interest in marriage or family life. Yet, a glance at his past memories has sent him forth to get tangled in it. Now let us look at an illustration of a complete desire. A teenager wants to be an engineer. Henceforth, he nurtures the desire to study a course in a university. He graduates and becomes a successful engineer. The desire to study in a course is what I call a complete desire. He understands the temporary desire as a means to become an engineer, and once his career is achieved, the desire to study at a university simply withers. He does not lose interest in engineering or his beautiful memories during his study. He is so complete with the desire that the need for it is impossible to arise. This is the state of completion expressed by the Shanti mantra, which is recited at the beginning and end of all Upanishads, attached to the Shukla Yajur Veda. For example, the Ishavasyopanishad. So the mantra, Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. You are complete, there is completeness. Here is completeness. From the complete is born. Remove the complete from the complete, and the complete alone remains. So as we have seen, the completion of desire has nothing to do with attachment or renunciation. The stories which I narrated are just simple examples that can be subjected to change. The essence is to deliver the message. Chamakam is about using sound energy, mantra, to reorganize your genetic identity to complete all desires. You are completing your desires with direct interference with the DNA. Rudram and Chamakam are part of the Vedas. The core of the Vedas are sound energy. So the ancient sages who were in deep penance envisioned the reverberation of the cosmos as mantras. So various knowledge and truths of the universe were revealed to the sages, and they received them in the form of vibrations of mantras which they envisioned. This is simply because the entire skeleton of the cosmos is vibration. Sound energy is like the pen drive that carries the cosmic data or knowledge. That is how Vedas work. That is why recitation is necessary to realize the truth of the Vedas. So by reciting the Chamakam, the mantric vibrations influences our DNA to complete all possible human desires. As mentioned earlier, completion of desire may not necessarily equate to fulfillment of desires. By reciting the Chamakam, we complete all the desires, and that gets encoded within the DNA, within the genetic memory. As a result, our system cannot be affected by desires. When you cannot get affected by desires, you are just a stone away from enlightenment. You get into a state of a lotus where you can experience and enjoy wealth and materialistic comforts with all desires complete. Just like a lotus leaf, ever in contact with water but never wet by it. Last chapter of Chamakam and DNA base pairing. So some years back, a famous article went viral in which Dr. Shashidharan links the 11th Anuvaka or the chapter of Chamakam to a mitochondrial base pairing. The 11th chapter interestingly quotes a sequence of numbers to be fulfilled without specifying what these numbers actually refer to. For example, Om Eka cha me tisrascha me pancha cha me sapta cha me navacha ma eka dasha cha me trayo dasha cha me pancha dasha cha me sapta dasha cha me navadasha cha ma eka vigumshatischa me trayo vigumshatischa me pancha vigumshatischa me sapta vigumshatischa me nava vigumshatischa ma ekatrigumshacha me त्रयस्त्रिगंशच्च मे चतस्रश्च मे ष्टौ च मे द्वादश च मे षोडश च मे विगुंशतिश्च मे चतुर्विगुंशतिश्च मे ष्टाविगुंशतिश्च मे द्वात्रिगुंशच्च मे षट्त्रिगुंशच्च मे चत्वारिगुंशच्च मे चतुश्चत्वारिगुंशच्च मे ष्टाचत्वारिगुंशच्च मे. So a crude translation. Let these be granted to me. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 17, 19, 21, 23, 25, 27, 29, 31, 33, and also 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, and 48. So according to Dr. Shashi, these numbers represent a polymer chain of molecules that form APA or water that enables evolution of life and intelligence. And APA is nothing but the nitrogenous base pairs of the DNA. The numbers 1 to 33 represent the 33,000 mitochondrial base pairs of DNA. The numbers 4 to 48 represent the 48 million nuclear bases of DNA. The two sets of DNA bases combine to provide sustenance of human well-being and onward evolution of human life. The 11th Anuvaka is verily the last chapter of Chamakam. In other words, we see the 1st to 10th Anuvaka describing all the desires and blessings from the cosmos. concluding with the 11th Anuvaka, which embeds all these data which we have recited into our genetic makeup, thus liberating us internally in an ultimatum. It is indeed a beautiful way to get liberated through desires without any form of residue to it.